This video will introduce Pew Research Center, a nonprofit organization that can be a very useful source of data and reporting on demographics, social issues, public opinion, and like topics. I'm starting on the library page today because ordinarily we would direct students to find a particular database tool through our website, linking to the databases, and sometimes through our research guides where we've organized databases and other internet sites into guides around particular topics. Pew Research Center is very likely to show up in various research guides that we provide. But today I'm going to start or go directly to the Pew Research Center at pewresearch.org. Before we jump into the information provided, I think it's important to take a look at the About link, especially for free internet sites and organizations. It's important to know what they're about, what the mission is, how the organization describes itself. So here we can see that Pew Research Center is a nonpartisan organization that conducts and publishes data-driven research and makes it available to the public. It collects social science data on demographics, social trends, media, and opinion polling. Pew does not take policy positions, and they're not sharing opinion. They're doing fact-based research and providing the data and telling stories about the data that help us understand the culture and society that we're living in. So one of the ways to go into Pew Research Center is through these broad category tabs in gray. Now, it's important when you're entering a tool like Pew Research Center that you aren't committed to a particular piece of data that you need to find. It's not really designed to work that way. Rather, you have categories and browsable topics that allow you to explore and learn more about the questions that Pew has asked and done research about. So let's look, for example, at the Media and News tab. And here we have linked to a report about political divides, conspiracy theories, and divergent news sources heading into the 2020 election. If we open that report, we'll immediately begin to see both a narrative, a descriptive prose text here, and also infographics and statistics and information about the methodology for the research that resulted in these numbers. And as you can see, this report is quite in-depth. It's several pages long, but it's very easy to read and accessible, especially with the infographics provided. Another way to get into the information provided by Pew is through topics, and this will show up under all the tabs. But if we go into topics, then we'll get more specific, narrower topical areas. So for example, if you're interested in particular demographic groups, you can look at Generation X, Generation Y, Hispanics. You can look at topics like gender, gay marriage, Asian Americans, audio and radio. So these allow you to get a little bit more specific. For example, if we go into Generation Z, here's a fairly recent report describing what is understood through data and research about Generation Z. So that's a basic introduction to finding data and information using Pew Research Center. In a related video, I'll talk a little bit about how to go into some of the formats provided by Pew, like fact tanks, fact sheets, and in-depth reports. If you have further questions, feel free to go to the library website and use our live chat or email to get in touch with the librarian. Thank you.